Yes, you, the beginner, can use a 3D printer. In this week's video from the Maker Letters, you will learn from my mistakes. The mistakes I made cost me time and money. I got delayed and put around $800 down the drain. Watch this video and you'll pick up 5 3D printing tips and tricks that will save you time and money. 3D printing tips number 1. Select a 3D printing technique that is suitable for you. What are the different 3D printing techniques? And which one is best for beginners? I spent a lot of time learning about many 3D printing technologies that were not practical for my situation. I needed a simple and safe 3D printer for beginners to place on my desk. That printer is not a resin 3D printer. After scanning the internet for hours, I discovered out that an FDM 3D printer was right for me. An FDM fused deposition modeling 3D printer works layer by layer and is a safe and easy option to operate. 3D printing tips number 2. Choose the best 3D printing filament for you. What is the best 3D printer filament for beginners? You have selected an FDM printer. Now you desire filament for your 3D prints. I wasted time and money here and bought both PLA and PEEK filament, and the PEEK filament is remaining on my shelf since I use my 3D printer for PLA 3D printing. PLA, polylactic acid, is a bio-sourced plastic. It is the easiest and most popular 3D printer filament for beginners. Other 3D printing filament prints at higher temperatures or can cause toxic fumes. With PLA, you're ready to go. 3D printing tips number 3. Determine if you prefer a kit or a pre-assembled 3D printer. My first 3D printer showed up as a kit. Did I enjoy putting the 3D printer kit together? No. I had to break the process over several days to make place for it in my daily life. Some humans enjoy the process, but I don't have enough time to establish it as a priority to build 3D printers. I don't bring my TVs or computers together either. My second 3D printer was delivered pre-assembled. You can LB printing within minutes after delivery. Both options are fine, but if you don't appreciate the assembly, buy your 3D printer ready to print. 3D printing tips number 4. Understand what you should look for when you buy your 3D printer. When you are buying a 3D printer for hobbyists, it doesn't really matter if the 3D printing speed is X or Y millimeters per hour. It doesn't really matter if the 3D printer is the best looking on the market and shows up in a shiny box. What matters for you is that the 3D printer works and does its job without problems. Again, this can be individual. Some characters enjoy changing the motherboard and doing a lot of maintenance on their 3D printers. I enjoy stability. Buy a 3D printer with a reputation for working. 3D printing tips number 5. Get started with your 3D printing. I thought 3D printing was more complex than it turned out to be. I listened to podcasts and watched videos for over a year. It seemed complex. On the podcast, they'd talk about clogged nozzles, bed leveling, and other 3D printing failures. I thought, can I do that? Once I figured out how to buy a 3D printer that does its job, it all became very easy. Have you been thinking about 3D printers lately? Buy one and find out if 3D printing is for you. What 3D printer do I recommend for beginners? I'll tell you. But first, if you made it this far and learned something, hit subscribe. It really helps. What 3D printer do I use and recommend? You have seen it working in the background. It's the original Prusa i3 Plus. I love this 3D printer. This video is an independent production. It is not associated with Prusa and Prusa does not sponsor this video, but I recommend it anyway. Thanks for watching and good luck with your 3D printing ambitions.